Now we'll look at the retrieve part of the CRUD idea for databases, creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting. I make the assumption you have your project set up, all lab 7 files uploaded, your database connection, so we can work through the examples on retrieving records. Have PHP Storm opened up with our lab 7 files in it, and we're dealing with the retrieve record. Now, I have 2 retrieve record files here. One is record and one is records. Records will display all records in the databases. Record will display one. Let's talk about records first, retrieve records. Open up the file. Once again, we have our includes for our credentials. We create our connection here. Here we create our SQL statement. We're selecting all records. That's what the asterisk, the wildcard means, from the table ice cream. We're fetching all the records and we're going through looking at what's there, print out some headers, and then for each record we're going to actually go through and print out some information. Here's the variables. Once again, here's our field names. Once again, looking at our database, our field names match what's in there. Now, how this actually looks over here is if we go over to underneath the CRUD section and click on Retrieve Records, once again, notice there's an S there. We get this page that shows all the data inside of our database. We go over, open up our table ice cream, we have 2 records in there. That's exactly what we have. And we can see that this information's there. So it displays all the records in the database. Now, here is the second one. Remember how I said we have the retrieve record here? What this does is pull all information with the certain database ID number. This is 1 here, so it'll pull all information about the min chip. Here, if you have 11, it'll pull all information about Cherry Jubilee. And now, this see individual record, if we notice, that refers to our retrieve record there, but we're passing it a number 1. So if you look in the bottom of this window here, you'll see it has a web page, lab7 / retrieve record.php !! ID equals 1, giving the record. If I mouse over the other one, ID equals 11. Now, if we just change those numbers, it'll actually change what's being displayed on the screen. I will click on the mint chocolate chip one here, and notice it giving us some feedback. This is the record ID. If we actually look all the way over here, we can see that it's the ID equals 1, so that's what we're getting, and it's just mint chip. Now, if you know what the other numbers are in the databases, you can just go and change this. And we had 1 and 11. So if I put 11 in there and hit enter, notice how it changed to Cherry Jubilee. Lots of websites do this. You have a product number, you change that product number, it'll display a new product up there. Newegg.com, Amazon, any of the websites that have clothes or merchandise on it, they typically, you just change one of those little numbers up there, it'll give you an entirely different product. And that's how they're doing that. Hopefully this is making sense. Past that single number here, so once again I'm in the retrieve record PHP file here, and we're using a get statement. The get is different than a post. Get will pull that number out of the URL here. Post will actually do the form. Remember the form when we added in the record. So this is the retrieve part of CRUD. It's displaying the record. This is an example here of displaying your data. Thank you.